What's up, guys, and welcome back to another inspiring episode of our S&P 500 series in the Community Corner podcast, where we're going down the list of S&P 500 and we're kind of breaking down each and every company. So I'm Arnav.
And I'm Nikhil, and today we're going to be exploring the remarkable story of Berkshire Hathaway.
And in this episode, we delve into how Berkshire Hathaway, under the leadership of Warren Buffett, grew from a textile company into a massive conglomerate with a diverse portfolio.
That's right. Berkshire Hathaway's transformation is a masterclass in strategic investment and long-term value creation. So let's dive into this fascinating journey, shall we?
Yeah, so Berkshire really began its unique journey back to the 1830s as a textile manufacturing company, but it really took a pivotal turn in 1965 when Warren Buffett took control of the company, which really steered it towards the investment powerhouse it is today.
Yep. And one thing that's really important to note is this kind of distinctive nature of Berkshire's investment approach, especially under Buffett when he took over. So Buffett's approach was really marked by a focus on investing in undervalued companies with a strong potential for long-term growth. So he really emphasized the importance of understanding a business, right, to kind of its finest, most intricate parts, and investing within one circle of competence almost. And that concept of value investing was really important to him.
Yeah, so Buffett's investment strategy really wasn't the most popular back in the day because, first of all, people were impatient, right? I think that's one of the main things that Buffett kind of, that he really argued for. It was like, I don't care if, he literally said this, he was like, I don't care if the stock is going to go up or down in a certain day, in a certain week, in a certain month. All he cares about, what are the values of the company? Like, what's their company culture? What are they doing? How are they innovating and being the forefront of whatever landscape they're going at? And that's kind of, he looked at the company core values, and if deep inside, are they really a good company, and are they really going to be the forefronters of innovation in the future? So he didn't care if the stock was going to go up in the next year, right? He was thinking 20, 30 years in the future, and that's kind of really what impacted his growth. That's kind of really what propelled him towards success. It was just that mindset of, I don't care if it's 1 or 2 days. I care about, am I going to make money 40 years down the road? And most people aren't that patient, but Buffett was, and that's kind of what led him to success.
Yep. And one thing that's really interesting is also the diversification of portfolio. I'm sure a lot of us have heard, the advice that Warren Buffett gives. He always says to diversify his portfolio and things like that. He even convinced Bill Gates to diversify his portfolio in investing as well. And so Berkshire Hathaway, as you can imagine, also kind of took on this role in diversifying their portfolios. And so Berkshire's portfolio really grew through strategic acquisitions and investments. Some notable acquisitions include Geico in insurance. If you've ever seen that, the little the gecko, right, or the lizard or whatever it is. Burlington Northern Santa Fe and railroads, and really some big stakes in major companies like Coca-Cola, as well as Apple.
Yep, and kind of he had a couple adhering business principles that guided these acquisitions. So some of these principles that he really stuck to is like investing in businesses with a moat. And for those who know, it's basically like a competitive advantage, strong management teams, consistent earning power. He also practiced financial prudence, avoiding excessive debt, and focused on generating value for shareholders. And kind of with sticking to these principles and not really letting anything slide, he really racked up a massive portfolio, a very, very strong one with a central focus on adhering to main core principles that a company should have, and kind of how that's really revolutionized the way that people invest to this day.
Exactly. And one thing that's important to know is, obviously, as I'm sure you've noticed as a common theme of all of our videos so far in this S&P 500 list, the success did not come without many challenges.
100%.
Managing such a diverse, portfolio really comes with challenges like ensuring an efficient operation of its subsidiaries. If you've got your feet wet in the tech industry, the finance industry, the healthcare industry, that's so many different things that you've got to manage constantly. You can't just have a deep understanding of one industry, but really a solid understanding of all those different sectors. And so having that knowledge of its subsidiaries and really navigating those economic fluctuations is really what one of those biggest challenges that Buffett was able to guide his company to success in, at least. And Buffett's focus on that long-term performance over short-term gains really helped them in mitigating these challenges as well.
And obviously, same thing. We kind of look at the future, right, of the company, not just the present, not just the past, and kind of talking about the legacy of Berkshire Hathaway and how it's positioned for the future. Its legacy is its unique investment approach and its transformation into one of the largest publicly traded companies. It's just really, really unique, right? And for the future, the company is focused on sustaining its growth, navigating global economic changes, and basically ensuring a smooth leadership transition to the post-Buffett era. Because a lot of the company's success came under Buffett, so they need to basically prove that they can propel themselves forward. However, Buffett did put a very, very good base, a large foundation of solid principles, so they kind of know what to adhere to. But kind of, we'll see how they react to this post-Buffett era of trading, and how the entire economic landscape is changing without and how they adapt to that. So but I do see them being very successful in the future because they have been very successful in the past and they have good ideals and good principles. So I think it's just really exciting to see how they do moving forward.
Yeah, and so I know in the future there's been a lot of talk at Berkshire to kind of just continue seeking a couple things, right? One of those things is value generating investments and managing its vast portfolio efficiently, especially in the absence of Buffett, of course. And they're really adapting to technological change and really trying to explore investments in future-oriented businesses. Like you said, like we said, the legacy of this company is focusing on those future-oriented businesses, those businesses that are going to last us 10, 20, 30, maybe even 50 years, rather than just those for 1-2 year short-term gains. And this is all while maintaining their fundamental investment philosophies as well.
To our listeners out there, Berkshire Hathaway's journey teaches the value of patience, discipline in investment, and its importance of understanding the business you invest in. So it's a story of how astute financial stewardship can lead to unparalleled success. And I think on that note, thank you guys so much for listening, tuning in. Join us next time for more insights into the companies that shape our economic landscape. This is the Community Corner podcast, where we bring the stories of corporate success to life. Until next time, peace.